Hello everyone and welcome. The inspiration for today's recipe is a twist on an American classic, pie. There are many pies to be considered classics, such as cherry or apple, but today's focus is blueberry pie. But the special twist is that we're going to be baking them into smaller hand pies for easy eating. Let's get baking. The first step in baking is to make sure that you have all the proper equipment. Most of these things people should have in their houses. If not, they're really easy to access. Some of the equipment includes a zester. You can find this at a grocery store or any local market. Rolling pin, a general wooden spoon, baking trays. So to bake the pies on, you can either use a silpat, which is a floppy mat that makes your pan non-stick, or you can use parchment paper. Parchment paper is easier to access. You're going to need a general mixing bowl, and the final piece of equipment that you would need is a mason jar or any type of 3 to 4 inch circle. What you're going to need for this recipe includes 2 pie crusts. These are store-bought, but you can most definitely make your own. You're going to need approximately 2 cups of fresh blueberries for the filling. You're also going to need 1 lemon because you're going to need 2 teaspoons of lemon zest and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. You're also going to need 3 tablespoons of sugar because the 3 items are going to make the coating. And finally, on top of the crust, you're going to crack 1 egg and do 1 tablespoon of water mixed together, and you're going to make an egg wash to coat the pie crust to make it golden brown when it comes out of the oven. Step 1 for this recipe is preheating our oven to 425 degrees and making sure that our baking sheets are prepped with a silpat or parchment paper. So let's do that. Now that we have that done, let's work on our pie crust. So for the pie crust, we have a lightly floured surface that we're gonna roll our crust out onto. So let's unroll it. Lay it down all nice and even. Let's do one at a time. Going back to our bakeware, we're gonna need a 3 to 4 inch cutter. We're gonna cut out some circles. Let's take it out, leave it on the table. Make sure to flour this, that way nothing sticks. And an important part of this is making sure that you have an even number of circles, because we're gonna cut out bottoms and we're gonna cut out tops, so we need to make sure that everything fits perfectly. And once you're done with this, you can use the other crust, and if you need more, then you can just re-roll it with the scraps. Now this is another step that I mentioned earlier, re-rolling your crust to make sure that you have enough and that you've utilized all of your supplies. So now our next step is going to be arranging half of these pie crusts on the silpat. As you can see, I've rolled out 20, which is going to make 10 pies because there's 1 crust for each one. So let's go ahead and lay out 10. Eight, 9, and let's put 1 more. 10. All right, so for the filling, we're going to mix it all together in this medium-sized bowl. The first step that I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pour in my blueberries. I'm going to pour in my 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now for the lemon, we're going to eyeball it for most part. So we're gonna need 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. So we're going to zest this bad boy up. Now for the zester, sometimes it gets caught on the underside, so when I'm done, I'll probably just tap it out. It smells very good. See all that on the underside? I'll take a knife, I can scrape it all off. I'm gonna go a little bit more just because I like my blueberries a little bit tart. give it a scrape again. And last, one more time, because we are of course eyeballing this. Final scrape. That looks about like 2 teaspoons. Our next step is we're gonna roll the lemon a little bit to get the juices flowing, cut it in half. There are seeds inside. We can just pick those out. And we're gonna juice it over the hand just in case there are any other seeds. And it said 1 tablespoon of juice. See, I caught some seeds in there. Set them down. Do that one more time. Get that seed out, pesky little seed. No worries. Do that with the juice. Now we can use the other side. See, there's a seed right on top. Go ahead and squeeze it again, right over the blueberries. Not many seeds in this side. That looks about right. So that'll do it for the filling. We just have to stir it up and make sure it's all well combined. Making sure that there's no seeds in there. I do see one right there. So all we gotta do is take it out, put it aside. And there we have made the filling for our blueberry hand pies. Now we're gonna focus on assembly with our crust and our filling. So we're gonna take a spoon and put some of the mixture in the middle. My crusts are a little bit small, but that's okay. Just make sure to leave 1/4 inch in between the filling and the edge of the crust. So let's get going on that. I'm probably gonna cut it.
I was gonna say, do you want me to just...
You can just... So now that we have the filling in our crusts, we are going to put the other halves on top, like so, and cinch them with a fork so that they have that pie feeling. Like so. And we're gonna continue this pattern for the rest of the crusts. An important tip to not forget is to take a knife and cut a slit on the top like that, so that when they bake in the oven, they don't explode because there's so much air pressure inside of the little pie crusts. So now I'm beating the egg and the water together to make an egg wash to go over the little pies so that when they go in the oven, they'll come out golden brown. I'm gonna get a little baster brush. We can just brush them with this, and we'll do that to the rest of the pies. And once I've done this, I'm gonna put a little bit of sugar on top. That way when you bite into it, it's a little bit of a crunch with a sweet twist. Now that our oven is preheated to 425, we're gonna stick these in there for 15 minutes until they're golden brown and the blueberries are bubbling out the top. As you can see, our blueberry hand pies are done. So I would just like to thank you for joining me on this journey of baking them. And the link is available for anyone to use if you're interested in making it. This recipe wasn't too hard, so I would just recommend that you get creative in the kitchen and use different fruits if you'd like, and let this be a notion to you that baking is for anyone. Have a great day.